Mr. Humphreys, what do you think crypto is going to do in 2023? I want you to ponder that for a minute, because before you get there, I want to say welcome to the ClearCryptos channel. If you're interested in learning more about Clear, myself and Zach, we both have our respective channels here on YouTube. We make our own crypto, but we also support this project as well as other creators of supporting the ClearCryptos channel, because they have one goal, one vision, is to help you navigate crypto better. All right. So with that said, Zach, I'm going to set the stage for you. We've got a scenario where crypto market, 880 billion, up 1.7% as of the recording of this video, but down from what, 2.57-ish trillion. Yeah. This number down because of inflation in the year 2022. What do you think? What do you think 2023 looks like for us in crypto?
It's hard to tell, right? I mean, because we don't know what inflation is going to look like. We don't know what the recession that we're currently in is going to look like. Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse?
Oh, the recession that we're in that nobody really wants to admit we're in?
That I said we're in. Yeah. At least from the technical definition that I've read on Google a few times. But
okay. Yeah.
But all the other stuff too. You know, the war going on in Russia and Ukraine, between Russia and Ukraine. There's a lot of unknowns in that regard. But here's the thing: I think we know a couple things for sure. They're going to continue to deal with inflation. So that's not going away anytime soon. So at least in the first half of next year, I think it's going to be very rocky, a lot of volatility. I do think there's a chance, if we can get inflation under control sometime in the second half of next year, crypto could rally a little bit. However, if you're somebody who's looking strictly at the cycles that we've seen before in the past for crypto, it would be 2024 for the year that everything really comes back ripping, aligning with the Bitcoin halving.
And when is Bitcoin halving again? I
don't remember the month. I could probably look it up real quick.
That's
Here, I got you.
A Q1 24 thing, or is it a Q4 23?
I want to say it is in the fall time, give or take.
So yeah, it could be a Q3 23.
Actually, it occurs in March 2024.
Oh, okay. So it's a spring.
March 2024, spring.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, so I think you covered a lot of ground there. I think let's talk about inflation first, right? Inflation. So depending on when you're watching this video, we got an interest rate hike in December of 2022. We get a break in the Federal Reserve rate hikes in January. We're going to get probably another one in February. Yep. I think that there comes a point with the interest rate hikes in combating inflation, because you and I both agree that it has really been inflation that has gutted crypto and stocks as well, taking the market capitalization from almost 3 trillion to 800 billion. Yeah, there's been the Russia-Ukraine war, China, COVID. Those are the things that I'm not minimizing those. Oh, by the way, global inflation is not just a USA problem. Right. I think it's been inflation that has been the main narrative. Oh, by the way, FTX, SBF, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah. So I think the X factor for me in 23 is there an event or not that's going to spur crypto to go down? Because you and I have some people that we really know and trust that are saying, look, the first half of 23, not going to be great, right? In fact, you could see Bitcoin touch down below 10. You could see Ethereum touch down to 500-600. And these are some very smart people. And by the way, in different camps, it's not just one person saying this, right? Yeah. And so I think that's the X factor for me. But Zach, and I'm saying this because the dialogue I want to have with you is it always comes back to, is there an event? Is there something that's going to happen to push us over that edge into those numbers? And I've never really been able to get a true idea or, oh yeah, it's going to be this thing. And I don't think there is this thing. I think it's going to be, right. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I've been looking for. And I don't think there's really is a straight answer to that.
Great points. I agree. And I think that's the real big question. Have we hit bottom yet? I don't think so. I mean, and we don't know, right? There's nobody that has a definitive answer here.
Like, we're right here, 880 billion, right? And Bitcoin's at 18 and 1300. But yeah, go ahead.
Correct. I mean, but here's the thing. I mean,
keep doing that. Hey, that's just me.
No problem.
Yeah, it's me talking. Yeah, okay, sorry. I apologize. All right, go ahead.
So here's the thing. It's that back in May when we had the first thing with Luna, there were a lot of the same smart people that do technical analysis saying that Bitcoin has its support around, 12 to 14,000.
Yep.
This was back in May. This was well before the FTX situation. So, and I hear that, and it's like, okay, it puts things in perspective, like, because it feels worse than it is right now. Like right now at the end of 2022, when we're recording this video, it feels like it's worse than ever. But we were lower back in June, guys. Ethereum was $800 and some dollars.
Yes,
Right?
it was.
It was worse. So, like, that tells me that there's probably going to be a little bit more fallout because this FTX thing is a big deal. I think there's going to be a couple more shoes to fall, if you will, and it's a necessary step. Like,
But hold on, don't you think that the major dominoes have already fallen? Now we still got
major dominoes, probably
Celsius?
yes, but
Celsius.
the real big one is
Genesis.
Genesis.
Yeah. I always get those confused. Celsius is already Celsius. Yeah, Genesis is still out there, right? But
that's the big one.
But
who knows though? There could be another
Yeah.
shoe to drop that they're trying to figure it out behind the scenes. It's not public yet. It could happen, and it needs to happen. Like, and that's just a necessary thing. I mean, you go back to the .com era. You lived through that era. I was reading something the other day. When it popped for the first time, kind of like crypto just did last year, it went all the way up. Like, the .com stocks that like the pets.com and all the ones that ended up folding.
Yep.
At the peak, they were up. It was like a $3 trillion market cap. It was very similar.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then came way back down to well under $1 trillion before, obviously, that whole sector did really well long term, right? But
yeah, well, you had to shake out the bad actors. You had to shake out the people that didn't really have a business, didn't know all those kind of things.
It was the same thing, really. I mean, it's a different sector, but it's the same type of growing pains, right? Yeah. That the new industry goes through.
Yeah.
So it's necessary. I think another shoe's going to drop. I think, what was I going to say? I think one positive catalyst that could come as soon as next year. I don't know if we get really, really good clarity, but if we got something related to regulation, that could be positive. Because right now, I think more than anything, we need regulatory clarity.
The big one will be, you know what I'm about to say, XRP. And we are hearing rumblings that the XRP deal will have some idea of in Q1. And that's at least the numbers that I'm hearing. I'm sure you're hearing the same. And if that goes down where XRP is not classified as a security, then I think that, however that plays out, right. Yep. And now, is it really a commodity or not? That's a whole different video. But my point of it is that if XRP wins that, or the perception is that they won, you're talking that could be a massive spark that will spark positively crypto. Again, speculative, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's something like that. I mean, the other X factors are Elon with Twitter. He alone has the power to move crypto, and if he does some major stuff with crypto related to Twitter, which he has said he's going to do, that's positive out there. But I think it's these macro factors that are ones that are spooking everybody. And you brought up something earlier when you brought up Celsius, and you didn't bring it up, but Three Arrows Capital and Luna, and we brought up Luna, and that and if you aggregate them in to the down movement of crypto, those were three massive. You and I both lived through those daily, right? We saw that, and they were a big part of. So, but my point to you, Zach, is that those contributed to the loss of confidence in
no
retail investors. And then you had FTX, and you factor all that in, and plus inflation, et cetera. And I think if you take those out of the equation and moving forward into 23, if we don't have another loss of major confidence shaking scenario, like we have another, FTX out there that we don't know about or whatever, then I think we are also setting the stage for this. So I guess to wrap up, right? I think both you and I agree that we think that maybe the first part of 23 may have some extreme volatility. We could see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and market moving down. And I see you want to add this. So what is this? Yeah, go.
Yeah. So all right, let me cover my all my other crap here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so here you go. So this is very interesting right here. So a brief history of Bitcoin crashes and bear markets. This is what I was kind of saying. So, and I was reading up on this, and these are normal bear markets. Like, these are without contagions. Bitcoin crashed from $32 to 1 cent in 2011. $32 to
massive move down. Yeah.
Massive. Bitcoin tanks from 1K to 200 in 2015. Bitcoin plunges below 3,200 after hitting 20K in December 2017. I made a video the other day. Look at this. We are basically back at Bitcoin prices from December 2017.
That's a really interesting number. I
Think
hadn't
about
had.
that.
I mean, like people talk about it all the time. I wish I would have gotten
in
Bitcoin in
2017.
2017. You can.
Here you go. That was exactly my point in the video. And people were like, wow. Bitcoin slumps from 63 to 29. We just saw that. And then most recently, obviously, if you know, 68 to 20 right now, 68 to 17, or what would we get down to? 15 something, right? 68 to about 15, which you start doing the math, like that drawback, it's very normal, like based on, but over time, Bitcoin keeps going up. Like, so.
Well, and the other side of that equation, right? The other side of that equation is when it goes down, it exponentially goes up compared to the previous cycle, right?
Yes.
So let's say it goes to 10, let's say it goes to 10,000. A lot of the charts show that if it goes to 10, it's going to go to 100 when it goes back up because it already hit 69.
Yep.
And then it's going to go 100 down.
Yep.
Down way, maybe down to 30 or 40, and then it's going to go to 250, and just that's what it does.
It's what it's done. Yeah. And I mean, and again, this is with or without all the fallout. So
I'm going to grab this. Hold on. Let's wrap up. Learn more about ClearCryptos. I got to grab this call. We'll see you.
Right.